shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to a sports talk.
Returns to Memphis for the first time since being traded. Conley, of course, the Grizzlies' all-time leading scorer after playing 12 seasons there. The Jazz did not hold shoot-around today, but Conley, this is what a good guy Mike Conley is. Just voluntarily went to go meet with the local media there because these are the guys that covered him for more than a decade, and that's the kind of guy Mike Conley is. What do you expect from him once he gets on the court tonight, Perk? Because we were just talking about Porzingis. It's hard when you come back to the place that you played before.
Yeah, it's very hard, but this is a different type of coming back. It's going to be difficult for Mike, in my opinion. I don't expect him to have a great night tonight because, you know, when you come back to a situation like this.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be the same way, though. Because Porzingis ain't get it to a good start either. When you come back for somewhere that drafted you, it's emotional. So when you back in that arena, it's bringing up memories. And you got to realize you're not on that sideline anymore. You're on a different sideline now. I don't expect him to have a good night, but some players probably will have a good night against their old team. But Mike Conley been there since he got drafted. He in a new place now. He is a visitor now. It's going to be a different type of game for him because it's going to be all emotion involved.
Where everybody's going to embrace you. You got the crowd is going to go crazy. You may shed a tear or something like that, and all these memories come back. It's hard to go out there and perform and compete because you got so many emotions. So I don't expect him to have a monster night. You know, he could, get his 15 points or whatever, but I don't see him going out there having a monster night just because of the emotions.
Yeah, I think this was such an interesting departure. We talked just about Porzingis and his departure. Pretty much the worst way you could depart. Here, not only did
not the worst way you could depart.
Fair.
But anyway.
They kind of worked together. He helped the Grizzlies pivot as an organization. I don't know if they'll ever do statues for the Grizzlies. His number will be retired.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sure. And so this tonight is a celebration.
Yes.
Like Conley, whereas last night obviously was about Venom.
Yes.
So the Jazz has shown high water and low water here. Conley has been up and down.
You know why Conley ain't probably so far having a good year with the Jazz? When you be in a certain place for so long, and then you go to a new team, you got to learn their system, it's going to be a difficult road for him. He got to just learn how to play in that system now. He going to pick it up for Utah. He got to get used to that. He been in Memphis, I think, about like 9 to 10 years. He been with them so long, and he was that key piece to that team, that grit and grind team that had a chance to go to a finals one year. And then now he in Utah with a different team, with a different coach, different teammates. And it's just different now. He just gotta get used to that scenery. He just used to that Memphis scenery.
We're not going to judge Mike Conley on what he does tonight.
No.
And by the way, he's playing better in this last.
I just hope Memphis play that national anthem that they play in the playoffs for the opponent team. I don't know if I can say it, but you know what it is.
I do. Well, people can go Google. That's all I'm going to say. The Celtics at Warriors is the second game of the night on ESPN. Boston playing with a lot of injuries in the front court, but man, Marcus Smart has been a monster picking up the slack on defense. Remember, Boston lost Al Harrington and Aaron Baines in the offseason. Sorry, Al Horford. Al Harrington is a whole different beast.
Sorry, Rach.
Perk, can Marcus keep defending bigs for Boston? Because he should not be able to do what he is able to do. It's been remarkable.
Yes, he can. It's in him. You can't teach this. Like, this guy he's relentless. He don't care. He bows down to no one. And I say this all the time. He is the heart and soul of this Boston Celtic team. Mm-hmm. And when you look at Marcus Smart and what he brings to the table, it's like it's like he brings that, he gives them swagger. He gives them swagger, and he don't care. He don't care who you are. I don't care if you 7-1. He takes pride in that. He actually he's like, nah, I'm going to show y'all I can lock this up. He ain't about nothing. And you just got to love this guy. Ooh.
There's nobody in the league right now like Marcus Smart. You know, when the Warriors...
Like, he got emotional when he thought Boston wasn't going to re-sign him. He didn't want to go nowhere else. He wanted to be in Boston. Like, he's the heart and soul of that team. A defender. Don't worry about scoring as much. But he is an excellent defender for them. After losing Al Horford and a couple of defensive players, like, he got to pick up that slack right there. Like, you got a player that sacrifices everything for this team. And that's what type of player Marcus Smart is.
Were at their best on their killer death lineup. It was because Draymond Green made it possible with the way he played. The way that what the Celtics are doing right now, which is playing a lot of the game without traditional bigs or even a traditional big at times, is possible because of the way Marcus Smart is playing. So, but I think like the death lineup, I think this has got to be more of a option as opposed to a core principle.
Right.
When you look at the teams that the Celtics are going to eventually have to deal with in the playoffs, you're talking about the Sixers, big giant men. You're talking about the Bucks, big giant men. You're talking about the Raptors, who I think we should start talking about as a serious Eastern contender. You're talking about big giant men. I'm not sure they can get away with this as a core way they're going to play the rest of the year. But as an option, like the death lineup, so many in Boston has come up with a smart-esque death lineup. I do think that's something that they can do on occasion.
Weird Celtics Twitter, I know you are up to this. Come up with a nickname for the smart lineup. Brian has laid down the challenge. And look, we all think that Danny Ainge, especially if he sees the possibility of this team that's gotten off to such a great start, could make a midseason move, right? I mean, he's got a bunch of picks.
They have extra draft picks, but they don't really have players that they can trade.
Yeah, when it comes to playoff time, like that little small lineup could work so much, but at the same time, you're going to have to get you a big man in there that could defend Embiid, Toronto, Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka, and the Sixers and Al Horford. Like, you're going to have to get you a big man that could defend them. Because that small lineup, they could take advantage of that. Because you probably don't get away with it in the playoffs as much. It can backfire sometimes.
With any...
I feel good enough about the defensive structure there and what we've seen different guys plugged into it who are not necessarily incredible on their own, but once they get in that system, really work. I think he could pick up a piece with those picks.
He can't pick up
that
a
would
piece.
help them.
I talked to Danny Ainge last night for an hour or two, and he's excited about what his team is doing, and he was like, "Hey, Perk, they're fun to watch, man."
I thought I was going to say, hey,
I know, I thought so too.
I thought we were going to go a different direction.
Not me. Hey, listen, I didn't already put on my retirement 40 pounds. You know, you put on your freshman 15, there's no way I'm coming back.
They need a man by about March 15th.
Yeah.
There's time.
Yeah.
No, don't that take him away from me. Don't listen to Brian. Don't listen. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium